Hey guys, Taylor here from Wild Wonders Homestead, and today is bee day. I just picked up my package of bees from Flower Town Bees in Somerville, and they look pretty good. I mean, there's very few dead bees. I don't really know when they package these up, but if you do get them in through the mail, I know it's expected to have a good bit dead on the bottom. So that is one perk of finding somewhere local to pick them up. I'm about to try to take my queen out and mark her because she is not marked. And last year, that was something I wish I had done, because you really have to have an eye for finding the queen. And especially when you're a beginner, it's just hard. So I think marking her will just make that easier. Okay, so what I'm doing first is taking the end of my hive tool, and I'm just using this to pry up this board that covers the feed can to the package. I'm doing this so I can start getting things ready to install the package, but also because I want to take that queen out and mark her. She's attached to that end of that white tape in like a cage. Also, let me tell you now, this is not me explaining how to install a package. This is my second package ever. This is me just explaining what I'm doing to the best of my abilities. Next, though, you're going to see me struggle for an extended period of time to get this can out. It was such a tight cut that it took me forever, and I edited a huge chunk of me trying to get this out of the video so you wouldn't have to suffer that long through it with me. But I just couldn't get up on that lip good, and you will see times where I would hit the bottom of the package on the ground to knock the bees down. I do that so you knock them down, so whenever I would pull the can out, they wouldn't all be at the top, and I would have a less chance to lose some of them flying out. But it took forever. One thing that I could have done to help, which I did last year, was take a water sugar solution and spray your bees down. So when you do hit them down, it just takes them longer to climb back up because they're busy grooming themselves. I finally got the can out many moons later, but then I still couldn't get it out. And then by this point, it had taken me so long, and I had knocked them down and pissed the bees off so much that I forgot at this moment, and they all start flying out. You can see that it kind of scared me. But I had fast reflexes, and I covered it up quick. Only a couple came out. They really actually stayed right around me most of the time because I ended up pulling that queen out, and that's what they're going for anyways. But okay, so it's just one staple that's holding that little tab down with the queen cage. So I ended up pulling that off and pulling her out, and I think I do show you after. In the next clip after I had already marked her. I was too nervous because I had never done that before to try to record at the same time. So I did it off camera. Take out this, I already marked my queen, and now I'm going to take out this little piece of cork on this side. This is the candy end. That way everyone can start eating through it to release the queen. This one's, I was able to get that one out with my hand. I'm going to go install this into a frame, and then we're going to shake out all of the bees. So, I didn't explain it in that clip, so I want to do that now. Inside of that little queen cage, there is a cork on one end where you can release your queen in case of emergency. And then you have the corked end that has a piece of candy that blocks the queen from getting out. And all of the bees have to eat through it in order to release her. She is inside that cage with a couple of attendant bees, and they feed her and kind of take care of her until she gets released and can start laying eggs. So at this point, I've already done pretty much all of what needed to be done, and I'm just kind of putting the last couple frames in that I had taken out to pour the bees in. Most of them have actually already made it their way out of that package. I just kind of put it down below the actual opening of the hive. That way any little scragglers can make their way in. They're attracted to the queen by her pheromones that she puts off, so they just naturally gravitate towards her. just in their nature, which is pretty cool. I'm just straightening everything out. One thing I didn't think about is if I put that hive lid right there, that it would mess up my honeycomb design, but who cares? I'm lucky I didn't get torn up by them by as many times as I knocked them down earlier. Usually you wouldn't have to hit them on the ground that many times, but because I was struggling, I did it far more. And you're more at risk of pissing your bees off every single time you knock that package on the ground. So it's best to try to limit that as much as possible. There was a couple just hanging on to the bottom, so I tried knocking them out just because, but I ended up finishing up pretty quickly, and that was all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and if you want to kind of see my first hive check, please subscribe, and you can also like this video if you enjoyed it. So, looks like everybody's making their way in, and it's looking good.